everybody, it's Carrie with Seed to Spoon. I just wanted to make a quick video today because I know I've seen a lot of people on social media talking about the weather right now, because we, at least here in Oklahoma, we keep flip-flopping. So we have a super nice 80-degree weather one day, and then the next day we have freezing cold temperatures. So everybody keeps posting, stressing out about their peppers and tomatoes, and if they already had them out or wondering when to get them out. So I thought I would make a quick video addressing a lot of these concerns. First of all, it is super important to make sure that you plant tomatoes and peppers out when the weather is nice out, because the cold weather can really affect them a lot and it can cause stunted growth. So we always make sure that it is past the last spring frost date that we bring out our seedlings, and even then we are looking at the upcoming temperatures and everything and making sure that the temperatures are generally going to be at least above like a 45-degree Fahrenheit temperature, because if it's below that, that's when we start worrying about them and worrying about if they are going to be stunted from the cold or really affected. So they do not like cold. That is the biggest thing. You want to make sure that you always keep them nice and warm. And the summer is perfect for them, but I know people tend to get really excited and always want to get their plants out early. I know I have the same problem because I have a lot of tomatoes and peppers out myself right now. And what I've been doing is trying to go about protecting them. And I will just tell you a few of the ways that I've been protecting them while keeping them outside too. And if you haven't already, make sure that you download our free app from Seed to Spoon, because it will give you exact planting dates based on your location as to when you should be planting a lot of these things outdoors, including peppers and tomatoes. And it will help walk you through all of this and take the guesswork out of all of it. So make sure you check that out. First of all, one of the biggest advice that I can give you is to make sure that you have plenty of peppers. When we start our seeds indoors, we start a lot. We always do too many, which is fine for us because we always find room for them if we need to, but we always start a whole bunch so that way we can do what's called succession planting. So what we will do is, we started this last weekend with starting our first round of planting. So we brought out some of our peppers and tomatoes and planted them outdoors, even though we knew that there is a possibility that we still may have some random cold nights in. We are hoping that they will still be okay, and if they are, fantastic, we will get an earlier set of tomatoes and peppers from them. But if not, it's okay. We can always grab some of our other peppers or tomatoes that we still have going that are indoors too. So I always recommend to make sure that you have backups, and that way if you have plenty of space, just bring them back on out whenever there's no danger of any sort of cold weather. Another huge tip I can give you is by having a lot of these peppers and tomatoes, if possible, within a raised bed smart pot. And with these especially, you can have them with handles on the sides. You can bring them inside if you need to, which is super handy. We just have a cart that we bring if we need to move some of them indoors, and we take them and we put them on top of the cart, we wheel them to our garage, and we have them in there overnight. If the temperatures are going to be dropping and it looks like it's going to be dropping too low, then we do that to make sure that they will be okay. So that is a huge benefit of having something in a pot. And we always prefer the smart pots too, because the fabric raised beds, they just do so much better than traditional pots, because the roots just do so much better. So if you don't know anything about smart pots, make sure you check them out because they are absolutely amazing. Something else that we do sometimes, which is super easy for anybody to do, is to make your own little mini greenhouses. And we do this from either 5-gallon water buckets, or you can also do it from like a milk jug or something along those lines, just depending on how large your seedling is. And what you just need to do is just cut off that bottom section, stick it in the ground over top of it, and it's going to make it a whole lot warmer inside of that little area than the outside. But the biggest thing that I can tell you with these is don't forget that you have them on during the day, especially if you have really warm temperatures that next day after a cold night, because it can really cook your plants. We've made that mistake before, so we are always very conscientious of coming out here and making sure we remove them in the morning, and that way our plants are all good. Something else that we did a lot of, especially this last fall, was I went through and built a lot of these PVC dome hoop houses. You can see a lot of them behind me right now. And we went through and we put those over top of all of our round raised bed smart pots that are down on the ground that are too large to bring inside. So they are not movable, but I still wanted to protect some of those plants that are in there. So if we have any peppers or tomatoes or anything like that that's planted in one of those, we can just throw a plastic sheeting over top of that, and that also will protect that plant from that cold weather that you have coming in too. And I will say too, don't be afraid to just come outside, start some more seeds directly outdoors if you need to, because it is not too late, especially in most places, that you'll get a later harvest from them, but you'll still get a little bit towards the end of the season. And we always get like volunteer tomatoes and peppers. It never fails, especially around our compost bin. We always get some random ones volunteering to come on and thrive, and they always do really well. So I always recommend, just if you are worried that your tomatoes or peppers have become stunted because of the cold weather, just start a couple more just in case, and so that way you can have backups and make sure that everything will be good for your season. Well, that's about it. I just wanted to shoot a quick video just letting you know our methods for going about succession planting and how we handle cold weather nights and all of that here in Oklahoma, and how we protect our tomatoes and peppers. So I just wanted to make a quick video about all that. If you guys have any questions at all, more about any of these topics or other topics too, just leave them in the comment section and I will get back with you. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. We'll see y'all next time. Bye.